This is the lesson for Tuesday, May 19th. It's lesson 10, drawing lines of symmetry. At the top it says a figure has line symmetry if it can be folded over a line so that one half of the figure matches the other half. This fold line is called the line of symmetry. So example number 1 under Math in My World, determine whether the sign at the right, so this sign here, has a line of symmetry. If it does, draw the line or lines of symmetry on the figure. So a figure can have more than just one line of symmetry. It could have multiple lines. That's why it says if it does draw the line or lines of symmetry. So under number 1 it says determine if the figure has line symmetry. The figure can be folded in half vertically. So that means if I took it and I folded it like this, and the fold line went right here, okay, then the left side would match the right side. Okay, I'm going to switch to a pen so you can see better. Okay, so the figure has line symmetry. Now it says draw the lines of symmetry. Draw a vertical line, which I already did, and draw a horizontal line through the center of the figure. So not only does this figure have one line of symmetry, I'm going to use a piece of paper this time so I have a straight line. It also has two lines of symmetry. So that means if I were to fold it now the other way, so if I were to take this bottom and fold it up over the top, both the top and the bottom would match, right? So that means that's another line of symmetry. Some figures have more than one line of symmetry. Like the pentagon here at the right has 5 lines of symmetry. They made them and labeled them 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Notice that the arrow ends that are not labeled are the other ends of the arrows that are labeled. So that just means it starts here and it shows you that it goes through this way. Some figures do not have any lines of symmetry. The trapezoid at the right does not have any lines of symmetry. So I can't make a line through any part of this shape that would make both sides or both halves look the same. So if you make a line, both sides of the shape should look exactly the same. If you can't do that, then it does not have any lines of symmetry. Okay, I'm going to move on to page 932, and we're going to look at example number 2. Circle the figures that have line symmetry. So again, that means if we folded it in half directly down the middle, that it would look exactly the same on both sides. So on those figures then we have to draw all the lines of symmetry. So look at this square. Does it have line symmetry? What do you think? Yes, it does have line symmetry. So the first place that it has line symmetry is directly down the middle. So if I folded that in half like that, so that the right side folded over the left, they would both be exactly the same, right? So that's one line of symmetry. I could also, like our sign from example number 1, I could also draw a line of symmetry here. So if I folded it from the top and the bottom together, they would be exactly the same. There's another way that it could be a line of symmetry, and that would be through the corners. Okay, if I folded it this corner over this corner and the crease was here, both sides would be exactly the same. I could do it again on this corner to this corner, fold it this way, and it would also be symmetrical or the same. All right, how about this figure here? Do you think it has line symmetry? Can I draw lines through it and make it be the same on both sides? Yes. Yes, I can. So this has multiple ones. I'm just going to show you a couple. So the first one would be if I went through these two vertices here, remember what a vertex is? It's where those line segments meet. So if I go through like that, now if I folded it and this was my fold line, the top and the bottom would look the same. And if I went straight up and down for my line of symmetry, or if I folded it with the fold line being here in the middle, both the left and the right side would be symmetrical. There are more lines of symmetry. You can try to mark them yourself if you can find them. How about this triangle? What do you think about that? Does it have line symmetry? This one does not, because this line here and this line here are different lengths. So there's no way that I can cut through this or draw a line or fold it so that both sides would be the same. So this one's a no. And the last figure, our heart. So does the heart have line symmetry? Can we draw a line through it, or could we fold it so that both sides would be the same? Yes. So where is that line of symmetry? It would be directly down the middle. So if I folded that heart in half and my crease was right here in the middle, these two sides would be symmetrical, or they would be the same. Okay, so down here it just says determine which figures have line symmetry. We did. And draw the lines of symmetry on those figures. We did that. Okay, so the guided practice says determine whether each figure has line symmetry. If it does, draw the line or lines of symmetry, just like we did up here in the example. So I'm going to let you go ahead and do this one on your own, since I walked you through the examples. So you're same thing. You're determining, does it have line symmetry? Is there somewhere you could fold it or make a line that when you look at it, both sides of that line look the same? If not, just mark no. And if you think that yes, then go ahead and draw those lines on the figure.